Hello guys, welcome back. Today we will be learning Unit 1, Lesson 3. First, as usual, let's do our previous problems from our last video. For our first question, we got 9 plus 8 times negative 4 divided by negative 9 minus negative 1. And the answer for this is 13. For our second problem, we got 15 plus 18 divided by negative 6 minus negative 3 times negative 2. The answer for this will be 27. For our third problem, we got 20 plus 16 times negative 2 divided by negative 7 minus 1. And the answer for this will be 24. For our final question, we got 11 plus 24 divided by negative 10 minus 4 times negative 3. And the answer for this will be 23. For all of these problems, we use the acronym PEMDAS. And if you guys want me to do a step-by-step video, please let me know in the comment section. And now let's proceed to learn our new lesson. Today, our new lesson will be about converting fractions and decimals. So when we think about decimals, for example, let's think about a big grid with 100 little squares. So for our first problem, if they say to convert 0.35 into the simplest fraction, first let's do it with a visual. If you look at the first grid over here, we can see that there's 100 squares and 35 of them are shaded. So 0.35 equals to 35 over 100. And now we need to simplify our fraction because our answers always need to be in the simplest form. So when we're simplifying 35 over 100, we can look at this as a different grid. In our first grid, we have 100 squares and 35 are shaded. And now every 5 squares can become one rectangle. So all the 100 squares turn into 20 rectangles. So the answer will be over 20. And then 7 of the rectangles are shaded, so the answer will be 7 over 20. Therefore, 0.35 equals 7 over 20. Now let's do our second problem. It says do 5.50 as a mixed number. A mixed number is basically when we have a whole number and an improper fraction right next to it. So now let's write this in like this kind of form where we have 100 in our denominator. So it's going to be 5 and 50 over 100. And now if we're trying to simplify this, we can see a number that goes in both 50 and 100. We can start off with 2 or 25, but let's just do it with 50 for now. So 50 divided by 50 is 1, and 100 divided by 50 is 2. So 50 over 100 is simplified to 1 over 2. And the 5 over here is a whole number that just comes here. So 5 over 50 is 5 and 1 half. 5.50 is 5 and 1 half. My apologies. Now let's do our third question. For our third question, we got negative 4 2/5 into a decimal. So for this, we can just ignore the negative sign to make our life easier. So we could just do 4 for now, and 2/5 to make solving this much easier. Let's try to have an easier denominator, for example, a 10. So when we multiply both of these times 2, the bottom and the top, we get 4 on the top. 2 times 2 is 4, and 5 times 2 is 10. So, and 4 over 10 is basically just 0.4. So the answer will be 4.4. But that's not the answer because we do have a negative sign over here. So the answer will be negative 4.4. Now for our final question, we got 1 over 3 as a decimal. So another method to making fractions into decimals is the long division method. So 1 goes on the inside, and on the outside we're going to have 3. And now we can just solve the normal long division method. So first we see how many times 3 goes into 1, which it doesn't. So we add a 0 and a point on the top. And 3 times 3 is 9. So we get a remainder of 1, and we continue this process by getting another 0 down. And we add another 3, and we subtract 9. And we can keep doing this much further, but we know that our answer will just keep repeating. So the answer, we could just write 0.3 with this little dash on top that shows that it's repeating. So 1 over 3 is basically 0.3 repeating. And that's how we solve fractions and decimals. So now we will be solving some other problems. Well, you will be solving them. So these are the practice problems. I could try them out at home, and I'll tell you guys the answers for these in our next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.